Peace to you. I hope this finds you well. I'm pretty excited today. I am pretty excited today. And I feel most fortunate. And I feel as though Allah has guided me in the direction that I needed to be guided. Because today is the 365th day of listening to the recitation in Arabic. I am pretty excited. If you've been following me, or if you have any idea, this all started out as a 2-week deal. I had started listening to the recitation, and I thought to myself, suppose I listen to only the recitation for 2 weeks. What will happen? And that 2 weeks has expanded to 365 days. It's one of the greatest things that's happened in my life. And I feel emotional, actually, about it. I feel as though it was guidance that I was unaware of. It was guidance that nobody else had spoke of. And it was a guidance, listening. It was a guidance to the truth. It's truly miraculous. And I'm grateful, forever grateful. This is day 365. If you're like me, and I'm an old guy now, I spend a lot of time gazing up at the sky, especially if there are wisps of clouds and such. And I was thinking about this the other day. On November 4th, 2023, I had gone to Washington, D.C. to a pro-Palestinian rally. And I had gotten there very early. Actually, I had left the night before. I left on November 3rd, which was the first day of listening. Anyway, which would make this 365. So I'm down in Washington, D.C., and I'm very early, and there's not many people there. And it's Freedom Plaza in Washington, D.C. And Freedom Plaza is like a courtyard. There's, I think, a hotel or apartment building over here, and the street is over here. And there's an expanse that has a brick wall. That's, I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet high, something like that. And I was lying on that brick wall. And I remember back then, a year ago, asking for a sign. I asked Allah for a sign. I was lying there and I'm looking up. And I said, certainly you can do all things. Take these wisps of clouds and make it say Free Palestine over this area, so that everyone will know that what we're doing is of God. It didn't happen. Although there was a point when I was looking up and I thought, although the clouds didn't look like letters I understood, I thought, could Allah be doing it in Arabic, writing Free Palestine above us? But I certainly wasn't going to call out to someone else to look up to see. And if it did say that, I didn't understand it. Now, the day I left, November 3rd, I had been on TikTok a short period of time, and I had 100 followers. When I returned back to Penn Station in New York, because that's where I had to leave out of to get to Washington, when I returned there, I had opened up my phone. I had to close it because I was running out of power and I didn't know where I could charge it. Anyway, so I'm in Penn Station. I open up my phone after posting from the rally down there. I open up my phone and I have 1,000 followers. And I think to myself, that is a sign from God. He has taken my 100 followers and multiplied it by 10 to make it 1,000 followers. But now, today, I can say, yes, perhaps that was a sign. And I take it as such. But the fact that I was led to listening to the recitation continually, as much as I can every day, for this being the 365th day, 1 year of listening, my insights have expanded. My understanding is greater than it's ever been. And my commitment to faith is stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. I certainly don't feel worthy to be in this position, but I am forever grateful for this. The other day, I tried to visit a live panel discussion, and they were Hindus. Yes, Hindus. And I asked to be invited up. They let me up, and I said, peace. And they shut me down. They said, peace, no, don't come here with your peace. You know, we know people have meanings of the word peace, and we don't want, just simply say hello. Because people will judge you by what you do, not by what you say. To which I responded to the Hindu woman, obviously, your actions speak volumes. And I exited from there. I've tried to talk to Catholics. I've tried to talk to atheists a number of times. And I continually make these videos in an effort to reach somebody, anybody. The truth is, the Quran is the completion of the Abrahamic teachings. If you're a Christian and you're knocking the Quran, but you've never read it, you are doing yourself a severe injustice. And if you're a Muslim, and even if you've grown up as a Muslim, but you've never allowed yourself to read from the Bible, from the Old Testament, from the New Testament, if you've never allowed yourself to read from there, I understand you've been guided that way, but you too are doing yourself an injustice. The Word of God has been handed down for generations, millennia upon millennia. I don't even know if I'm using that term correctly. But it's all here, and it's all now, and you're here, and you're now. So why not do yourself a favor and make yourself aware of these teachings? Believe in the one true God. Believe that there will be a judgment day. Oh, I had a thought about judgment day. It popped into my head earlier. I think part of the reason there's a judgment day, when God tells us he will raise, I've given you life and there will be death and I will raise you again. I think the judgment day, in part, is to get it through the thick heads of man, because man can stand there and say, it is by my actions I create life. And on the final day, God has to make the point, only God creates life. Peace.